How's it going? I'm Ryan. Today I'm going to go over the one trade that I took on NQ. Still early in the morning. Market only opened about an hour ago, but we're already done for the day, and I figured I'd just recap this because I have some stuff to do, and I'm not going to get to it later. So I'm going to try to be better about reviewing these trades and getting these out there. All right, so this is pretty much what I did. Started off the day, and I'll talk about the levels that I was watching. Start off the day on the daily chart, and I'm just going to go from highest time frame and just work my way lower and just see what things are looking like, right? So on the daily time frame, what do we have? We have a move up followed by some consolidation, followed by a pullback. We hold support on that pullback right here, right? You see, like right where this candle opens, if my trade of it will stop bugging out like 950, this candle wicked below that and then held it, and then we moved higher. Okay. And when we moved higher, we have a bullish engulfing, meaning that we completely closed above this entire down candle, red candle. On my chart, it's black. So we had a little pullback, we held support, and then we moved higher. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we're in an uptrend. We pulled back, we held support, we're moving higher. Uptrend still intact. We go down to the 8 hour, and I will say the 8 hour is where I'm getting these levels from. You'll probably be able to understand how I'm drawing these levels just by looking at it. Basically, I'm looking at candle bodies. So specifically, like right here's a good example. We have a close, an open, a close, and an open all in a row, right around that like 420. Nice. So that was a clear level of potential resistance. I had this one based off these two candles here. Like these candles in here formed a nice level right around like 290. In here around like 220, and here we have like some support around like 150, etc. So that's where these blue levels are coming from. These are just 8 hour levels of support and resistance. These dotted levels are pre-market high and low, and then this is the high and low of the previous day. So red is the low zone, green is the high zone. So that's another thing to consider, right? We are above, well above last trading day's high and low. So yeah, I'm not counting Monday. Monday doesn't count. So we're looking at Friday. I guess I should have counted Monday. So on the 8 hour, let's talk about that. I talked about the levels, but let's see what's going on, right? Move higher, consolidation, pullback, we hold the support, right? We move higher, and then we make a higher low. Trend is still up. 4 hour, we're making our way down. We had that consolidation here. We pulled back. We made a move higher, right? We have this clear resistance around like 290, 300 area. We formed a higher low here around like 150, and then we broke and closed above these two swing highs. Okay, this is leading into the day, so bullish. And then 1 hour, same thing, right? We just see a series of a pullback, and then we get a move higher, closing above these two swing highs here, forming a series of higher highs, higher lows. So all these time frames are indicating a potential move higher, and that's pretty much what I was watching for today. Let's take a look at tonight. It looks like we might reject off this like 375 area, 374. That's where my next level is. All right, but let's take a look at this. So then, and I might take off these EMAs because these EMAs didn't really do anything for me today. We'll keep the 200 and we'll keep the VWAP because those are, well, I'll just keep the VWAP for now. That's the only one I really used for my trade. So I like the EMAs for like trending markets. It gives you targets for like entries on pullbacks. It can be useful in a trending market. Today we had kind of this weird like chop consolidation followed by a quick drop and a quick rally, so the EMAs aren't going to help you there really. But I do like the VWAP because volume weighted average price, you're going to get price returning or gravitating towards that that price at which a lot of volume is transacted, right? Because that's where liquidity is. So I like the VWAP. Let's take a look. So this is all pre-market stuff. I have that pre-market high marked at 360. We open the day right around here, and we get a nice, well, I guess we get a dump right before market open. So initially what I was watching is if I pull up like this 1 hour, I was kind of looking for us to hold like around 290, right? Because we have some resistance here and here. We break above it, and then we're pulling back into it. So I was looking, okay, do we hold this 290 and then make a move to the upside, right? That was my initial thought. But right before the market opens, we dump right here. And then we come up and retest on the open, we retest that level, and then dump all the way back down to this 220 level, my next level of support. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, if I'm looking at a higher time frame, this would still be a higher low if it holds 220, right? On all the time frames, that's still a nice higher low. And you can see that, right? Because that most recent swing low is like around 150. So if we can hold up here at a level of support, or a level that we are interested in, you know, from the 8 hour, then that's still a higher low if that uptrend is still intact. And so we get that, we come down, we test this level on the 5 minute. I wait for 5 minute confirmation, and we come down and we form a nasty hammer on pretty nice high volume, right? We see volume pick up as we get down around this level. So we kind of see volume dropping as we're approaching it, and then it picks up sharply as we hit this level. We start forming some hammers on the 1 minute. We reclaim that on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, we hold it. We wicked it and held it with a hammer on the 5 minute. Following that, I entered. I entered around like 225, set my stop at 190 below low a day, so about a 35 point stop. My first target was VWAP because I want to see us return back up to that VWAP. So that was my first trim. My second level was the high a day, which was right around this level here. So I just picked high a day and VWAP. I took 10 contracts. These are eval accounts. I have 2 evals that I'm trading because they were 90% off. I have a PA that's just fresh, waiting to be ripped, but I'm going to try to get these evals activated. So I have 3 PAs, and then I'll just group trade all of those together. Since I already paid the lifetime for this, there's no reason for me to jump on that. I'm not in a rush. I'd rather have 3 PAs, and if I can copy trade those, the goal is to get some juicer payouts. So 3 accounts isn't crazy, but you know, 2K per payout per account, that's plenty for me right now. I'm just trying to get to that first payout, so that's where we're at. Yapping. All right, but that's basically it, right? We're just looking at the trend on all these time frames. All these time frames are indicating we're still trending up. We get confirmation on the 5 minute at a higher level, right? We enter, we have clear risk, we have clear reward, and that's it. Nothing crazy. It worked out. Could have held it longer, obviously, as we were up, you know, another about like 200 points from where I entered. Not really, 160, but that entry is pretty prime time, and these exits look maybe a little premature now, but it was a good day, right? Up over $660 on both accounts, 670 on one, 665 or so on the other. So I mean, I'm not complaining about that. I'm very happy with it. Once we hit that first take profit, right? I took 8 contracts off here. I had 2 remaining. At this point, I brought my stop loss to break even, so there's no risk at all, and then just let this run. And then slowly kind of trailed my stop loss. I waited until we printed this this hammer candle on the 1 minute, and then I placed my runner stop below that, so I was kind of trailing my stop. Usually what I'll do is I'll wait for like a swing low or a swing high, whether I'm long or short, and I'll wait for something to form on the 1 minute, and then I'll use that as a trailing stop target. So if we break structure on the 1 minute, which, you know, that can be a little dicey because the 1 minute it doesn't mean as much as maybe like a 5 minute, but that's just kind of what I do, especially when we're making a move like this. We didn't have 5 minute structure really, so that's super quick review, but it was a super quick day. So I'm hoping to make these and be more consistent like today. Maybe if I can just bang them out right after I get out of the trade so it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, we are just trying to keep it simple, really. I'm just kind of using like support and resistance on a high time frame, using confirmation on a lower time frame. Might throw in a VWAP, might throw in some EMAs, and just try to keep things simple and then appropriate risk and reward, and just try to trade with the trend, I suppose. But that's all I got for you. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. I trade live. I'm going to be trading live like every single morning. So if you want to stop by and see what I'm doing, I'll open up. I'll start my stream before market open and kind of go over what I'm watching for that day. So today I did say that I was, watching a hold around 290 potentially, and I wanted to see us move higher. We pulled back a little further than I was initially anticipating, but we got that move higher, so it all works out. And yeah, that's all I got. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. We'll be around, we're gonna be here for a bit. All right, peace.